let's talk about the big money signings then. We've got a Florian Wirtz and we've got an Alexander Isak at this moment in time that are currently really struggling. And now, the external noise, I'm not too arsed about it, I'm completely honest with you, because I think
always be there, whatever.
I think a lot of level-headed football fans across the board have all said, like, there's too much talent for them not to come good. I think in my head, where I've been at with it is, like, how far off the pace could Liverpool potentially be before
by the time it clicks,
that moment clicks? And at that point, do we have to look at, like, maybe the Champions League and say, you know what, that's actually probably where we should be putting all of our eggs into our basket? But what do you think is stopping Slot from being able to unlock? Not so much Alexander Isak, because I know he's had a late start to the season in terms of obviously the transfer saga and all the rest of it.
But how long does that kind of excuse wash for now?
So it's this period now. I think I seen something the other day saying it will be about the next 3 to 5 weeks before he's up to full speed. But what is it that we could be doing for Wirtz first to then get and does it need to be a change of system? Does somebody need to drop out of it? Because, and I was listening to another Liverpool podcast the other day, and it was Distance Covered. He made
Josh.
Yeah, Josh, he made a brilliant point on that, essentially saying that when Frank Lampard got binned from Chelsea, obviously Thomas Tuchel comes in and he had a lot of players in the mix. So I think he had the likes of Ziyech, Havertz, Werner, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi and Mason Mount. And he was trying to figure out the best way to get all of those players into that system. And unfortunately, there was a casualty in all of that. And it was Kai Havertz for a long period until the back end of the Champions League run before he was really trusted in that social system. And I'm just wondering, are we at a point where we have to look at it and think, if we still really want to have serious title credentials this season, will there be not necessarily a casualty, but will somebody have to make way, and will we have to try and change that look of that front three that we've relied on for years now? Will that makeup have to change?
It's not going to be Salah, is it? He won't drop Salah.
There has to be one. You can't get the best out of these players by shoehorning them into 11.
Who would be
you have to rotate.
Who's the casualty?
That's the only way.
Who's the casualty at this moment, based on form and based on where we currently are?
And who's going to come in to replace him?
I'm not saying who should be like.
No, say it. We're having an honest conversation. Have an honest conversation.
I know what you're going to say, but I don't think he wants to say it.
I can't, lad, because he's just the best player that's ever played for us, lad. Right?
I thought you were going to say something else.
Right, Mo Salah for me. I can never put disrespect on that man's name. What a phenomenal human being and footballer player for us. But his form this season, to be fair, has not been great. He's had his worst start to a Premier League season. The summer signings, what AGT was your kind of making from the summer signings? Did you think it was going to be plain sailing, or did you think there's quite a lot of new ingredients in there and it might take some time?
I think at the time when they're all coming in and you're seeing these players that you've dreamed of playing for Liverpool holding the red shirt aloft, Liverpool fans and rival fans, how could, and I dare anyone to try and prove this wrong, how couldn't you get carried away? Yeah. I mean, I remember sitting with KG Expressions, Robbie, they're all saying, title's done. They've just got Isak. Title's done.
It's over.
It's over. How many times did we hear that in the summer? So I don't think any rational or irrational Liverpool fan in the summer thought, yeah, this is amazing, but it's going to take them a lot of time to gel. You know, they're joining a team that's got to go and retain the... None of us thought like that. Let's all be honest and call a spade a spade. Like, we all thought with our chests, as we would with that money spent, rightly so.
You'd have been delusional if you'd have went the other way.
Exactly.
I think at that moment in time,
and if someone did say that, you'd be like, oh, look at this guy hating.
He's trying to get clips. He's just trying to put it out there. He's just trying to be edgy, a little bit different.
Everyone thought that, and listen, it's very possible of happening, but you know, unfortunately, when you spend that amount of money, there is no patience attached to the rational thinking, at least from rival fans. From Liverpool fans, like I said, we're very calm in this moment still. You know, we've heard Klopp come out, we were talking about it this morning, saying there is no doubt about Florian Wirtz's quality, he's going to shine through. That's just one example. My thing is, yes, like you said, we haven't controlled a game really since we won the league against Tottenham in April 27th. It's a good 6 months, but what I'm thinking is, surely there is just too much quality to not eventually click. And I'm saying, yes, we're in October now. Once we go mid-January, mid-February, mid-March, and we come out the other end within touching distance, if not top of the league, then we're going to say, see, all it took was 5 or 6 months for them to gel in, and now they are. Touch wood, that happens.
And we used to see that quite often with Klopp, when he used to sign some, like, integral players to what he wanted in his system. he bedded them in and he took his
Fabinho,
time.
Robertson.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was another example of it. And it took 3-4 months before they got up to full speed and fully understood the expectations, the roles, the responsibilities.
Like, do you remember the time when we bought Robbo, and for like the first 5 games he's playing Moreno, mate?
Yeah.
And all the fans going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then that way you kind of have no excuses then. You've been bed in and you've had time to understand the culture. And I still think the likes of Kirkes, the likes of Frimpong, the new revolutionary fullbacks that we got, they're still just getting up to the level of what it needs to be if you are a Liverpool first 11 player.
And let's be fair to them, they're both playing for a massive club now, do you know what I mean? No disrespect, but exactly that, it's the pressure difference.
Ball retention, all of that stuff, they've got to be much better at.
In possession of the ball now as well. They're expecting Kirkes to play in, as a bit of a ball player, where he's never been that. His game was flying up, down. Out of the Hugo, Isak and Wirtz, how do we fit all 3 of them in getting them enough minutes in order to take that weight? Because I thought that was always the point with getting them this season. It lightens the load that Salah's meant to do.